And now another edition of the King's Commentary.
Well, hello there, and welcome to another exciting edition of the King's Commentary. Allow myself to introduce myself, even though I don't have to. I am the monarch of all the Mizoks out there. I am the Emperor of Entertainment. I am the Tyrant of Trivia. I am the Savannah Smartass. I am the Kaiser that keeps it real. It is I, your very first King of the Marks. It is I, King Dangerously. Now today is one of those episodes that the King has looked forward to from the very beginning of this season, the Attitude season. Of course, I'm talking about the King of the Marks tournament. Today is a double episode, and that episode is all about Tripp. Of course, King Dangerously is talking about none other than the former California Wrestling Association Tag Team Champions, Tripp Rogers, one half of the worst looking everythings. So today, I will not only be talking about his episode where he took on one of those Mark World Order cronies. Of course, I am talking about Nathaniel. I am also going to be talking about his one-on-one match with the Pennsylvania sensation. Of course, I'm talking about Greg Cherry. As you know, the King is very busy, so it is his pleasure, and yours, of course, to do this double episode. So first, let's get right down to it. Tripp, you and the King and the ring crew have been battling for seemingly years now. We have literally gone to war in a professional wrestling ring. Even though it didn't turn out the way that the King and the ring crew would have liked it, it was the King's pleasure, the King's absolute pleasure to put your ass through a table. And hell, while we're talking about it, let's revisit that.
Crowd cheering table. I agree, Jimmy. They're gonna put Tripp through the table. Oh my God! They're gonna shield powerbomb him. The ring crew like the shield. Tripp up. Tripp is broken in half like a twig. The ring crew just annihilating.
It was so serendipitous to put you through a table, but that is neither here nor there. We have put our differences aside this season because you were taking on one of those Mark World Order cronies. Of course, I am talking about none other than Nathaniel. Nathaniel, what can I say? In seasons past, you and your brother have had one of, if not the lowest scoring game in the history of the King's tournament. However, you did not disappoint, because when you went one-on-one with Tripp Rogers, you yet again had another one of those low scoring games. So Tripp Rogers, even though I am very disappointed with your score, with the way you answered those questions, I am, however, proud of you for taking out one of those cronies. Now, for you little crony, Nathaniel, you have lost yet again, and the cronies are out of this season yet again. The cronies, this tournament was designed for you to win, and of course you have failed your leader, your horrible host Brent, and you have lost Therefore, Nathaniel, you, sir, are banished. Look at that picture. From the kingdom of Dangerously, from the Mark World Order, and from this season of the tournament. Now, a little update from my very own brother. Of course, I'm talking about Rated R Salazar. He had a legit family emergency, and he had to bow out of this season. And as much as it pains the king, we understand, Rated R, the kingdom, and everybody else listening has your back 100%. Now, I have been informed by that horrible host that the Jobber brothers are back into the tournament, and they will be going one-on-one to determine who takes Rated R Salazar's place and who will be taking on one half of the kayfabe queens. Of course, I am talking about Al. But before we get to that match is this week coming up. Tripp Rogers, yet again, had a match against the Pennsylvanian sensation. Of course, I'm talking about the No DQ podcast champion. Over 500 days as champion. Kudos to you, good sir. Now, to business. Tripp, you, sir, have disappointed the king so very much. It pains the king. I wanted to see you take on my very own brother in this contest, and as we know, as I have mentioned, my brother is out. And you, sir, are also out because you took a tremendous beating. A tremendous beating from the Pennsylvania sensation. He literally wiped the floor with you. It was an absolute embarrassment to the king, to the king's game, and to your very own brother. A fellow king indeed. Of course, I'm talking about the best looking king, Jason Hastings. Jason Hastings, you need to get your kingdom in order, and you need to deal with Tripp. Tripp, I am very disappointed with you. You have ruined it this season. You have lost to a very worthy opponent. Indeed, the king is flustered. The king is upset. You have disobeyed the king. Therefore, Tripp Rogers, one half of the worst looking everythings, a former champion. And I know why you are a former champion. That is because you are a loser in anything that you do. Whether it be wrestling, whether it be ice cream, whether it be contests on the Mark Order podcast, you, sir, are nothing but a loser. Therefore, it is the king's absolute pleasure, yet again, to banish you. Now, best looking king, I'm issuing you a challenge, Jason Hastings. I want you to deal with Tripp Rogers, but until then, until you deal with him, Tripp Rogers, you, sir, are banished from the kingdom of Dangerously, from the Mark World Order, and from this season of the King of the Marks. So now we have to sit through another boring episode of the Jobber brothers going one-on-one. I don't even know who to root for. They're both jobbers. Either way, whoever wins out of those Jobber brothers, they will go one-on-one with the royalty. Of course, I'm talking about Al, the kayfabe queens. And whoever wins out of that matchup will go one-on-one with the Pennsylvanian sensation, Greg Cherry. I'm looking forward to whoever goes up against Greg Cherry, because I know the king's heart. In the king's heart, I have predicted multiple winners. I have predicted my very own brother, and I am going on record yet again. I am predicting that Greg Cherry will be the winner. So let's see if any of you Mizarks out there can prove me wrong. But until then, the king is very busy. We are dealing with family matters, as I have said. So I will tend to my very own brother. I have the Tsar coming in as well. He has been summoned. We will have a meeting, a summit, if you will, for the ring crew and the ring crew business. So I will not be getting into that any further, because quite frankly, it is none of your goddamn business. So until then, the king bids you farewell. He bids you adieu. And he will see you on another exciting episode